Hi, this is Ronnie, and this is a video response to Sarah Swann's 1000 Subbie challenge. The challenge is to use an old kit. I didn't really have a kit since I didn't subscribe to any till I did do Scraptastic a couple times this summer, but those were pretty new. So I had this, and it's a couple years old, and it is Pebbles Love You More. And the picture I'm using is of my grandson, and we were in the car one day. I'm probably waiting on his brother, and I took his picture with my cell phone, and that's the picture I ended up with. And so the title of my layout's going to be You Make Me Smile, and there is a sticker in that collection that says that, so it's not going to be a big title, but that's what my title is going to be. And it has a lot of pretty bright colors, and that's why you seen me matting the picture in black. I was wanting to make it pop off the bright colors a little more to make it stand out. And at first I wasn't sure which colors I was going to use and which ones I liked. And when I was looking through there, I seen the branding strips, and I liked some of them, and I was thinking about using them on there. And as I was cutting them, I started thinking about doing strips behind the picture. At first I was just going to maybe do a couple of layers of paper, but then I got to thinking about strips. And also at first I planned on just doing the strips, but by the time I get all the strips laid down, I decided to make them into banners. But I don't decide that for a little while. But you can see that one right there. It's got little stars, and so there was several branding strips that I wanted to use in there. And then of course I need a little bit more, so I had to cut some strips off the pattern paper. And I cut quite a few, and so I'm just trying to decide how I want to lay them here. And I'm going to fuss with this for a while. It's going to start out on the right hand side of the page, then it's going to move to the left hand side of the page, and then at some point I decide to make them into banners. But yeah, it takes me a while to decide how I want to do the layout. Here's where I decide that I am going to use the striped paper. I thought about the plaid. Both had green in it, and these shirt's green, and I thought either one would make the green in the shirt pop. But I do like all the bright colors in this paper. I like Pebbles paper, and it's good sturdy paper, and also it has really pretty colors. I love the Seen and Noted paper pack that they have. And this one, like I said, is called Love You More. And I wish it had a sticker in there that says Love You More. I would have put that on here. But it didn't, and he did make me smile. So that is going to be the title of my page. And here's where I'm fussing with it and deciding what to do with it and where to put it. And I do end up leaving it on the left hand side. But at first, I thought about the right hand side. And of course I didn't have enough strips. I wanted a few more. I wanted to fill it in behind the picture a little bit more. And the striped paper, it had like different shades together, so I cut a few and then it started repeating, so I quit. I didn't want any more. I didn't want any repetition. I wanted different colors, and I decided to add one more of the grays, and it's supposed to be like a notebook paper, but kind of reminded me of a roadway with the yellow lines in the middle. And so I had it going vertically instead of horizontally. And this is where I go ahead and make it into banners. Yeah, I love banners. But I guess you've noticed all that. Noticed that before, because I do use them on my paper quite a bit. I also noticed I didn't have any of this red in there, and I wanted to add it, so I had to dig through the papers and cut a strip off of there. I thought I had to start with, but when I couldn't find it and flipped them over and everything, I said, nope, I don't guess I did. So I had to go ahead and add it. And here I'm deciding what to put where, so that when I start gluing it down, it'll be about like I want it. And at first I was going to make them really straight, but then I realized it didn't matter too much since I was layering them a little bit on top of each other. But you need to go check out Sarah's channel. Like I said, she's celebrating 1,000 subbies, which is awesome, Sarah. Congrats. She has lots of process videos. If you like scrapbooking, you'll love her channel. She has mini albums. She did the Thankful for 30 Days. So I'll leave you a link to her challenge video. And she does have one of her little mini albums in there. And check it out. Join the challenge. It'll be a lot of fun, especially pulling out something that you've had a while and you haven't used yet. Yeah, I'm always telling myself to do that, but you know how it is. You get something new, you got to use it, and then the older stuff sets. Yeah. So I ended up using this, which is awesome. And this is really, like I said, really pretty paper. If you've had it, you know it is, though. And I laid these a little at an angle. All I wanted to make sure was his picture was more straight than the others. And I saved one of the branding strips, and this one says "You Rock." And after I made it into a banner, I was wishing I hadn't, since I had the other banners up there. But by the time I got it done, it was too late. If I'd cut it off, it would have been too short and it wouldn't have looked as good. So I just went ahead and left it as a banner. I wasn't even thinking when I made it into one, though. But it's alright. And the other strip that I'm going to use says "You Are Awesome." And it has a whole page of "You Are Awesome." And I thought about putting his picture on that too. And having, you know, like at the top and the bottom, "You Are Awesome." But then I decided I want the shirt to pop, so I ended up using it down here instead. And this is right here, right about here, is where my card ran out of memory. And I was so lucky that I had it plugged in for recharge at the same time, or I would have not known it, because it doesn't beep when it runs out of memory if it's not on the charger. I don't know why, but it don't. And so I heard it and didn't miss out on anything. I felt pretty lucky. And there's the "You Make Me Smile." And I laid it up there and decided to go ahead and back it in the black cardstock also to make it pop a little bit more. And so, yeah, it looks pretty good. Instead of using a speech bubble, though, I covered the bottom of the speech bubble up by tucking it under the "You Are Awesome." And I'm going to use Artful Arrows, which is a Tim Holtz alteration die, and it has lots of arrows on it. So if you like arrows, which I do, it's a good die to have because it has so many arrows for you to choose from. But I wanted to put them up there at the top and have them all pointing down towards Jake. And so I used the straighter ones, yeah, but I had to go ahead and use one of the ones that weren't so straight on there just because I liked it and wanted to use it. But where I ended up using that worked out pretty good, because I happened to notice a flare sitting on my table that I'd use. They were Daily Flash flares, and I had used them on my last layout, and that one was left over. And it says "Capture the Everyday," and it fit perfectly right there. So, yeah, that worked out pretty good. It wasn't something I was planning on using. And here I'm making my tie. Making my tie. I'm using my twine, and I'm putting it in a little lasso. And I'm doing it in two different places. And when I was going to make these, is when I had noticed the flare. And I was actually going to set it in the lasso up on top because it says capture the everyday, and I was thinking along the lines of, lassoing, capturing every day. Yeah, I know, kind of corny. But then I got to looking at that arrow and thought it'd go great there. So now I didn't use it up there on the top. In the lasso, the one on top is the one I was planning on using it in. And I like it much better where I ended up using it at. And these are, it's a star corner punch, and I got it from Sarah, from Scratch. Hi, Sarah! And I love that corner punch. I don't know if I've ever actually used it as a corner punch, but I have used it a lot to make me like little star confetti things, for instead of using enamel dots or something. So yeah, I end up scattering them across the page at an angle. And it punches out quite a few stars, and they're different sizes. The smallest ones are really tiny, though. They're kind of hard to pick up and put on the page, but you can do it, especially if you use a straight pen. You can put just a little tiny drop of glue underneath the bottom, and it looks good on the page anyway. You can still tell it's a star. But that's my layout. So go check out Sarah's channel and join in on the challenge. It's a lot of fun digging out something that is otherwise sitting there and taking it from paper into a scrapbook page. And these are my close-ups. And there's the You Make Me Smile, You Are Awesome, and You Rock. And I put a star on each one of the twine, in each place that there was a twine, where I put the little Tim Holtz staple. And there's Capture the Everyday, and that's from Daily Flash. And that arrow's one of the arrows from the Artful Arrows. And there's the top with the arrows coming down from the top. Anyway, I want to thank you all so very much for watching. And leave a comment below. I'd love to have you leave a comment, and I'll reply. And hit thumbs up if you like. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the challenge, Sarah. Bye.